By the way, 20, special December 31st, January 1st, extra festive fun time edition. Yeah, doing a video on New Year's Eve of all times, which is nothing short of tactful. I'm sure there's only 10% of my subs actually online at this point, so... But it is the end of the month, so it's by the way time, no exceptions. Especially not for superficial, no one's gonna watch it purposes. But yeah, this one's probably gonna be in the vault pretty soon. Certainly ain't gonna go viral or anything. Well, let's see what's going on. Start out with my last video, which... I mean, go figure. I'll just say to the 4 or 5 people who PM'd me with the endorsement of the idea. And to anyone, look, I mean, anyone wants to PM me for any reason at all, I have no problem typically. But if I'm doing a video where I'm explicitly stating that I want to get clear-cut text feedback just so I can display it, since, you know, if there's ultimately enough people who support the idea, we can at least try to take it one step further beyond YouTube. So if you go PMing me with the endorsement without also posting a comment on the video itself, it doesn't do me or the issue any damn good. And I've been getting more and more of this crap lately, you know, the average video. It's as if people are afraid to publicly state that they agree with these issues I raise. It's just kind of depressing. Because, for the most part, I get the same hidden feedback with the assistant suicide should be an option issue, and with the gender roles are mostly fabricated issue. And in this last case, you know, the students, most students, don't really need teachers issue. I mean, why not just leave a simple yes or no comment on the video itself as I requested, and then do the PM thing if you have to? I mean, are you afraid your teacher might find out or something? I mean, most of you guys don't even have your identities on display anyway, so you really can do the public commentary thing. But that's another thing actually, because if it's a faceless account supporting these, probably not going to do any good anyway. So, yeah, hint to the vloggers who tend to watch me and who I didn't hear back from after my last video. HINTY-HINT. There's probably other YouTubers who do controversial topics who probably get this PM crap more than I do. So I really shouldn't bitch about it that much. But I want to bitch. I'm in a bitchy fucking mood. I got all these asshole neighbors making noise all day long, playing their shitty ass, mainstream, generic, by the numbers, party hardy, new age alternative rock music. Because it's a festive day, apparently. Fucking bastards. They're just preventing me from doing the video thing earlier. It did calm down recently, but I still can't do this video with the window open, because I'll just get drowned out. So, I mean, the second I open the window, you're gonna hear it. So, yeah. That's fine, I mean, because... I mean, I gotta chalk it up, right? Because it's celebration time. Because, why? Why is it celebration time? Because there's, what, something good happened that's actually worthy of celebration? No. It's because the calendar says so, right? Because, well, apparently we're not smart enough to figure out that if a celebration is going to have the least bit of integrity to it, it should always be reserved for a circumstance that actually calls for it. Are we smart enough to figure that out? Apparently no, we're not. Instead we'll contrive festivities and fake all these good mannerisms, all these slogans, just so we can preserve the bullshit tradition of totem pole-esque calendar obedience. I mean, it's always something. If it's not religion, it's tradition of other sorts. And it pisses me the fuck off. Because every fucking year, let's be happy because the date of the year tells us to be happy. And because the 0 and the 9 will turn into a 1 and a 0. And that's kind of cool. And you're fucking idiots. But at least the polar bear stuff's coming up tomorrow, the polar bear swim. So I should do some filming of that and upload it. Because January 1st is when some of our insane locals go for a dip in the ocean. Not just a dip, they go for a full-length swim, and it's pretty fun to watch. Not for me, because I mean, I've seen it every single year, but for someone in Africa, it might make for an interesting video. So I might just upload that on some other account, some new account at some point. Not here though, because on this channel, I got plenty of actual issues to follow up on, and I have to describe them in great detail because apparently you really do gotta spell things out. I still have to go once again over the depression topic, since these people keep calling it a disease, or they keep saying it's inherently wrong or some other kind of bullshit. And their justification is that it's a chemical imbalance in the brain. And sure, it's a proven fact that it's an anomaly, but so the fuck what? The description of it is just rhetoric. If the majority of people had that, what you refer to as the imbalance, if they had that as the default status, you would not call it an imbalance. You'd call it the rational perspective. So this is just an argument from popularity. If some happy-go-lucky Mary Poppins bitch existed in a world where the majority just happened to have the imbalance, her positivity, she would be the one who'd be seen as having, as deserving the brand of unstable on her head. So would that be fair, hypothetically, to examine her psychology to death? Because why? Because the 99% of the majority have an emotional state that's a 180 from hers. It wouldn't be fair, and you damn well know it. And that's what gets me here, is that these people understand that that same respect should be extended when the tables are turned. Which could very well happen. So the word balance means nothing in this scenario. The whole balance-imbalance dynamic means nothing. Because it's just a numbers game assholes will use because they want the content with life position to be viewed as the rational position. So they'll just use the fact that they have a majority on their side, and they'll use the fact that most humans don't want to come to terms with the fact that, with the reality that they are under a spell when it comes to their own subjective preferences and their own trivial desires. And that spell blurs their perspective. It pollutes their intelligence like any other spell would. So instead of dealing with that blurriness and rationally and responsibly, they will instead, like the fucking weasels that they are, they will come up with a word like imbalance to describe anyone who sees their own individual spell exactly for what it is, which is a fucking spell. Or for anyone who simply, acquires the spell in the first place, or doesn't acquire the spell in the first place. Let me just think of an example. There's some pretty good fucking examples here. Should we presume that there's something inherently wrong with asexuals? That's pretty much the perfect example. Does everyone have to feel what the majority feels in order for their, decision-making skills not to be undermined and thought of as irresponsible? Is that what you antidepressants think? Antidepressant, that's pretty good. But yeah, is that what you believe? Because if so, then just come out and state it plainly. Come out and plainly say that you have no respect for the intelligence and the judgment of these depressed people, and I'll take it from there. Because there's so many ways to argue this. Because all we need to do is look at the balanced majority who have this, supposed rational chemical proportions. So who put that balance there? Because if you're going to use the word balance to describe it, doesn't balance require some sort of an intelligent design? Or are you going to try to tell me that anything developed by nature is going to be inherently balanced? Of course, unless you're one of those depressed fuckers, in which case, yeah, it's off to the sanitarium for you. Fuck, you're just really annoying. But I'll get to all that shit later. On to actual videos, which I guess I'm not going to have much time for again. So yeah, lots of people doing the green thing, which I say thumbs up, but haven't really had much chance to read into the truth or contentions of it. But I'm sure people talking about how they support protesters who are getting slaughtered and how they hope they don't get slaughtered in the future. I'm sure that none of that is going to in any way empower the NWO or the Freemasons or the Lizard Men or whatever the fuck particular truth denomination, the viewers of this video may happen to subscribe to. And of course, there's the Alex Jones evolution bombshell, which I'm quite shocked by, actually. Both in the sense that I thought that he believed it, and then in the sense that I figured that he'd stay away from it if he didn't believe it. Just because he does stand to lose tons more of his audience than he stands to gain. But as far as the substance of his argument goes, who the fuck has it in their best interest to lie about something like evolution? I don't know, maybe he sees evolution as a barrier to his population reduction fear-mongering. So yeah, if someone followed that whole thing and could just quickly fill me in on that, feel free to do so. Because yeah, I ain't watching a single of Alex Jones. The clips of him during Gary's video were bad enough. I mean, I can't believe Gary has that Jackson record lying around. I mean, that's, you want to talk about anomalies, that's the fucking anomaly of the decade. Maybe he's the closet MJ fan. It would be fun to see a Do Not God moonwalk. But otherwise, not many other videos spring to mind, so fuck everything. Fuck 2009, fuck 2010, fuck this decade, fuck the next decade, fuck every decade. Fuck every single moment in sentient history. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, fuck it all. But aside from that, yeah, have yourselves a merry little new year. I know I won't. But seriously though, I mean, if you folks can, if you're capable of allowing your intelligence to get around the predictable prospect of our frightening future, I hope you do have a good one. So yeah, God bless us, everyone. Or something. But yeah, we're all fucked. I mean, that's fairly obvious.